Caroline, welcome to Us Weekly.
Thank you for having me.
All the way from Dubai.
Yes.
Yes. How you feeling?
Excited to be here.
Yeah.
I arrived at 1:30 in the morning last night. Can
Oh,
you believe
wow.
it?
Well,
Yeah.
you look fantastic. I wouldn't know
takes
otherwise.
an army.
Right?
Yeah.
So how did you feel coming into season 2 of Dubai?
I think, watching season 1 back, I realized that I was a deer in headlights because it was just a new group of friends,
Okay.
a new group. I didn't realize the reactions to people. And I think this time I was like, I'm just going to be me.
Okay.
Like it, stop trying to fit in. I am the way I am. You guys have seen me, I think, it's been almost 10 years now. So I just was like, I don't care if you like me or do like me. And that's very liberating.
Did it make the season then a lot easier?
Much easier because I didn't overthink anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know there are some girls on that show that I will never change their mind. It's not about changing their mind. They don't want to change their mind.
Yeah. And who is that? Who would you say?
Oh, I don't know. Have a guess. If I mention her name, I make her relevant.
That's true. But what I do like about this season so far is that you and Chanel are in a really good place. Did that take you by surprise?
Took me by a shock. I think hell freezing over, but I like to admit in my life, which I will, when you're wrong, you're wrong. And I was wrong. And, I think getting to know each other, we understood that we're weirdly very similar.
Sure.
And we both have teenagers, we both went away to school, albeit very different. Yeah. But our reactions to things, I've now understood why she walks into this room like this and why she is the way she is, which means, and to know her is to love her.
Yeah, yeah. What kind of shifted? Was there like a specific moment?
Yeah, I think after BravoCon, we realized, and Reunion, sorry, Reunion, I want to say, really. It got so bad and dark that we were like, okay, where do you even go from there, right? And I think we just let's just sit down, and we did it without telling anybody.
Yeah.
And I think when you do that, there's no one to prepare them and say don't, or she's this, or she's that, and put a noise in your ear. And we decided just to try and get through to each other on a personal level without the cameras, without the noise, and see if we actually liked each other. And then we realized what had really been going on behind our backs.
Right. So when you told the outside, what was everybody else's reaction?
Not great.
Not great.
Got to be honest.
Yeah.
Not great, but we've kind of managed to forge a way through it. We're very strong characters.
Sure, yeah.
And we're both very, very uplifting women. And if you listen to my podcast at all out there, Uncut and Uncensored, all I do is champion women and lift women. So why would I come on to a show and then try and drag them down? Sure. It's not who I am as a person. So that's why I think the audience was so confused by you're being portrayed this way, but we've watched you for years and you're this way. So I think now people see me again for, who I was or am. And I think, the real me is very visible.
Yeah. Why do you think so many people had so many issues with you two becoming friends? Was it just jealousy?
Jealousy.
Yeah.
Jealousy, because we're just too fabulous.
Too fabulous. The green-eyed monster.
Wouldn't you want to be friends with us?
Of course, I would.
Yes. So there you go. We're fabulous and we're fun, and we really don't take anything too seriously. And I think she understood my British humor finally. It's very deadpan. And I think once she understood it, she's like, oh. You can see her sometimes this season going, and then processing and go, that's funny.
Yes. She told me when I spoke to her that all of your old issues died with your old face.
Yes, you see, that's funny.
That's funny.
That's funny. So, my old face is on that show still, which is really weird, but but my new face.
Your new face. You look
great.
So good.
Isn't it good?
You look fantastic.
It's so
I mean,
good.
you looked great beforehand, but you
better
look better now. Are you happy with?
I'm over the moon. I wish I'd done it earlier. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think if you want to do it, and I'm now the face of plastic surgery, let's face it, I say do it.
Yeah.
I think, I thank God I didn't have time to really think about it. And I just flew in after BravoCon. I met my doctor for a good 20 minutes. I think that was it.
Okay.
Flew in after BravoCon at 2:30 in the morning, and I was on a table by 5:30.
Wow. Okay. So you didn't have time to
No,
contemplate.
which is the best thing. Because I think we all arm and arm for
Uh-huh.
years going, next year, this year.
Right.
Just do it.
Yeah. I know Sergio wasn't too happy with it
well,
before you went in, right?
He had only, and I get this, you know, he's 29, was 29 when he's, you know, I said I was going to do it. Now, you know, all a young guy has ever seen is, you know, botched face jobs. You know, when you see them in the papers, you see them because they've gone horribly wrong.
Yeah.
You don't really see the best of the best, do you? So, you know, and he didn't realize what a facelift was or could be or whatever. So he was just, he loved me the way I was. So he was scared that I was going to look, you know, like an older woman trying to look young, which he was like, no. You know, we already look weird, not weird, but everyone talks about us anyway.
Sure.
I don't want to look like I'm walking around with a woman that's desperately trying to hold herself up.
Right.
And now he's like, this is amazing.
You do. You look so
oh my
good.
God. I mean, my eyes made such a difference. Just taking the eyelids off, my eyes are open.
Yeah.
He's over the moon. He's like, if I'd known it was going to be like this, I'd have allowed you to do it sooner.
Was it super painful?
Look, I don't remember it because obviously
Right,
I was you know, a little bit out of it, but it's painful for Sergio and painful for me when I would say to people, don't do this with a loved one, because Sergio is somebody who barely will take a headache pill if he's got a headache. So like, you know, the doctor said every 6 hours my pill, he waited to 6:01. And like, you know, had my friends been there, we would have got it at 5:30.
Sure, yes.
You know, half an hour before, because it takes half an hour.
You don't want to chase the pain.
You don't want to chase the pain. So that's the difference. Yeah, I could have lived with, I kept trying to set him up on play dates the whole time. He goes, why do friends keep calling me to go out? Because I was like, get him out of the house.
Get him out of the house. That is so funny. Is there anything else that you want to do?
To my face?
No, not to your face.
To my body?
Yeah.
Not right now. No, he's shaking his hand. No, not right now. I think I'm pretty good. I've got myself back into the shape I wanted to be. Yeah. I'm really excited the way I look now. No, I'm not addicted to plastic surgery, if that's where we're going.
Right. No. How do your kids feel about it?
You know what? I really didn't want them to be scared, you know, and to see me different.
Sure.
And, you know, actually, I think they were like, you look great, Mum, and that's it. I mean, it really was as simple as that.
Sure.
I came home, the bandages were off. As soon as my hair was down, I was, you know, I looked fine.
Sure.
And they were like, oh, Mum, you know, they didn't really notice.
Yeah.
I mean, or never really commented. So I just went on with life as it was. They've never seen the videos and the pictures.
Okay.
You know.
Right. Yeah. But I think I commend you for being so honest and open. I know that you've talked about like even using like Ozempic and things like that too. Why is it important for you to be so forthcoming?
Oh, I mean, because I think, you know, people look at 48-year-old women and go, you know, and I'm giving an unnatural, if this is what, you know, I'm telling people I naturally look like, then it's how can you follow that or live up to that standard, you know, if that's what you want, to lose weight and everything else. It's not easy. After 45, it becomes very, very hard to lose weight. And, you know, I'm not lazy. I'm not lying at home doing nothing. I go to the gym. I have a trainer. I walk all the time. I'm busy. So, and it wasn't shifting, but I also did 2 rounds of IVF. So I looked like I ate Sergio by the end of last summer. And I think it was a magazine that I was reading that was a picture of my bottom on the back of a boat with him last summer. I was like, that's it. I've got to do something. I can't get it off. I've been swimming. I've been doing everything. And, you know, Ozempic, I have to say, I know I'm going to get the backlash, is an incredible tool.
Yeah, no.
An incredible tool. Why do you need to be miserable? Like, if you can get yourself back to where you were. I didn't want to be different. I didn't do my face to look like a supermodel. I wanted to be me, but younger. And Ozempic got me into my old jeans.
Yeah.
And I'm over the moon.
Do you still take it?
No, I don't take it, but I would not, if I put it back on, I would absolutely take one.
Sure.
Why not, you know, to maintain it. But right now, I've been really lucky. I don't need it right now. Right. So, you know, but I will never say never. He wants to do another round of IVF. 100% Ozempic will be my next stop.
Sure. Are you thinking about doing another round of IVF then?
In January, maybe, yes. Okay. And it's a lot on your body. I really am happy with the way I look right now, but he's worried because we only have one egg.
Sure, right.
But, you know, I guess I could do another one.
You could, yeah.
But I did get really fat. I put on 18 pounds.
18 pounds, wow.
Yeah, on my body, and that's no joke.
It's a lot of hormones. It's a lot, you know, it's
water,
a lot.
hormones, you know. I'm grumpy as it is, and so that, on top of that, I don't know if, you know, he'd better wear a helmet.
You're ready for it. Did you lose the 18 pounds and more when you were on it? Or?
Yeah. No, I got back to the jeans that I was wearing when I actually met Sergio.
Good for you.
When I was 43. So, yeah, I got back to exactly where I've always been. It just felt very thin for other people because my legs are tiny.
Yeah.
I've always, if you go back to Ladies of London, if you go back to all of things, I've always been peg legs. That's where I lose the weight always first.
Always.
It's the rest of me, unfortunately, that just doesn't follow.
It doesn't follow.
No.
I know you wrote this really wonderful essay for today.com talking about IVF and, getting pregnant at 48.
Yeah.
And, the things that scare you about it, your hesitations. I mean, I know you said that you might be doing another round of IVF, but are you exploring surrogacy even more now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we go back and forth all the time. And obviously, like, all my children are beginning to get to the stage where they're going to leave home.
Sure, yeah.
My boys, I've got 5 years really left with them. My daughter left home pretty much today. She just called me
really?
here. She's in London and she's gone on her grad trip, and that's really it. Then she starts uni. So she's left the house. Sure. And, I really have a great life, me and Sergio, but I do understand he's 29 years old, and at some point he will want a baby. Yeah. Now, I'm very honest. I don't know how I'll be with a baby again, no idea. But I've said if there's any parent people out there who want to send him a papoose, and we'll just hook the baby up to him, and I'll visit them both. No.
Sure.
And maybe I'll be a great fun mum now, because I'll have less, all the experience, and I'll be less stressed. I didn't have such a big business to run. I was so stressed in Ladies of London. I'm, much more calm. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's always difficult. You ask any older mum, they're not rushing back to do it again, are we?
Is it? Well, I know that pregnancy also scares you. Had some complications as well.
I had a lot of complications. I have preeclampsia, so I'm not the best person to be giving birth, that's for sure. No.
Yeah.
So the baby, that means when the baby's growing, it kills you. And as I get older, that's obviously a problem. And my parents, my children are very against it for that reason. So I have to take that into account. So we are looking at agencies. I spoke to one. But again, I have no idea how this works. I'm like fumbling around in the dark.
Who would know? Are doctors telling you that maybe you shouldn't carry because of?
No, actually, funnily enough, my doctor in Dubai said I could.
Okay.
But I've definitely been through it, so I do know that what happens.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better get a really nice push gift.
Don't you egg them on.
Well, I wish you nothing but luck, because I know another round of IVF, all joking aside, it's a lot mentally, physically, and so I wish you guys nothing but the best on your
and my new
baby
facelift,
journey.
I'm going to get fat.
Is that a concern though? Could your fit?
Okay,
all right.
I mean, I'm sure it can happen, but that's really not a concern I'm thinking about right now. I've got other concerns that outweigh the facelift.
Outweigh the facelift. But you both are happy in your new home?
Yes,
and everything?
I think that changed a lot for us, obviously. Yes, not living with our friend Michael.
Right, but he's here, so we're all still friends, right?
We're still friends. We're still friends.
That is good.
Yeah.
Lisa was sitting here not too long ago, and she did have some choice words for you, and I wanted to get your reaction to what she said. She kind of called you a snake. That what's your reaction to that?
Lisa who? I mean, she's so irrelevant to me that she can call me whatever she likes.
Because it seems like you guys are trying to navigate some sort of.
We were. I think there is just no way forward.
No way forward.
We speak different languages. I mean, that's it. We're from totally different backgrounds, that's for sure.
Yeah. Do you see any path forward for her and Chanel at this point?
Oh, that's between them.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but I definitely don't want to put myself in the middle of that.
No, I'm not touching that one.
Not touching that one, no.
But you and Brooks this season also have what seems like a big falling out. Did you see that one coming?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Actually, really shocked me. And I think, it'd be interesting to see what you all think, because, my facial reactions there are just I'm so confused by what's happening.
Right. Well, I think she tweeted that more happened off camera.
Yes.
Is that true?
No.
No.
No, not that I know of. I mean, again, maybe she'll enlighten you, I guess. So maybe, nothing that I remember, nothing that warrants any of this. No.
You see a path forward between the two of you at this point too?
Never say never.
Okay.
But right now, no. I mean, we haven't spoken, but we're, fine. It's I think it's just very confusing watching it.
Do you think that she was jealous of the friendship that you had with Chanel?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think everyone's a little bit jealous of the friendship I have with Chanel.
Right.
Yeah.
Two powerful, fashionable ladies. What do you think of the new housewife?
Oh, Tarlene. I mean, she's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. She's what you need. I mean, Tarlene gets it. She's a lot of fun. She's self-deprecating. She can take a joke.
Yeah.
She understands the British humor. And she's not a pushover. And I think that's really, really key because there's some very strong characters there.
Did she bring like a fresh vibe to this season as well?
Completely fresh vibe because again, she is loud, proud, and funny.
Yeah.
She's really funny. And I've ended up, as I was going to say, I don't judge Tarlene for face planting Beyonce. I've ended up in a bush face forward
We've
with
all
her.
been there.
Yes, we have. Just maybe not as publicly as she did last time, but we've been there. And I'm pretty sure she has a video of me in a bush with her, which will surface at some point when she wants to.
Were you surprised that narrative kept going forward?
Yes.
You're like kind of just end it.
I think we can see. I never spoke about it.
Yeah. Were you happy with your decision to disinvite Brooks to your party?
Yes. I mean, I don't understand how you can call someone the C word or, berate them as much as I had, and then you're meant to invite them to your party.
Yeah.
Like to celebrate you.
I wouldn't want that either.
No, for me, I'm not two-faced, and I told her very nicely, I don't think we're in the position. I don't want to have, any drama at Michael's house, and more drama than we had brought.
Sure, yeah.
And that I didn't think it was the right setting. We weren't, getting on, and that was not the time or place.
Definitely.
So that was that.
Yeah. Obviously, you've been in the reality space for quite some time.
Yes.
What do you like the most about shooting this show, as opposed to maybe Ladies of London?
This show, well, just out of shows in general. I'm 48 years old, and as I've said, this is just so much fun.
Yeah.
If you can put it aside and understand, it is. I look back and go, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah.
Why am I here? And how have I lasted this long?
You're right.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to any of the
all
ladies?
of them? Juliet, except I haven't spoken to Julie Montague in quite a few years.
Okay.
Caroline Fleming is coming to stay with me now.
Oh, very nice.
She's just been as well. I spoke to Sophie yesterday. Juliet came to stay with me a minute ago, like a couple of weeks ago. We're really, and Marissa Hermer, I texted her the other day.
We saw the news
yes,
that she's
I text her. So it's unfortunate. But it happens.
It happens, right? Yeah. How's she doing?
Yeah, she's okay.
She's okay.
She's fine.
Yeah. You always just think of the kids and hope everybody's okay. Would you want to see any of these ladies kind of make an appearance
on my show?
Yeah.
100%. I'd have all of them on the show. I'd love to. They've made an appearance. Juliet came to my wedding, and Caroline came. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see. I'd love to see more of it. So, what are you most looking forward to fans seeing this season?
I think a lighter, more fun me. You're going to see. I can already see that the fans are responding so well to me again. You're going to see the old me finally. You're going to see me go into my home with Sergio. Sergio relaxes a lot more because he's in his own home. He's not like pussyfooting around Michael and and me. And I just think the dynamics, even the dynamics as they are, I think you're going to see who is really fun and having a good time and like fights that happen, but everybody gets through them.
Yeah. What's the best thing about marriage right now?
Marriage right now? I think, oh gosh, here he is. I don't know. He's just so sweet. Yeah. He's just grown up such a lot, even with all of you guys. Right. You can see such a transition in as who he is. He doesn't take himself so seriously anymore, and I think he's enjoying being in his own home, and you're going to see who Sergio really is finally. I think he had a tough time in season 1 from the girls.
It's a big adjustment, I would imagine. Yeah, a lot of opinions, I would think as well. And I know that he had a little bit of an issue with you going away with your ex.
University tour is not a honeymoon. I don't know where he got that. That is just like, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, you know what happened? That movie, Ticket to Paradise, came out.
Oh, right.
We are not going to fall in love over a university tour again.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. We're all good. It's all good. It's funny. But it's really funny because my ex-husband and I are good friends, and actually we are looking at spending Christmas together in America.
Fun.
So you never know with his new girlfriend. So. And it won't be a honeymoon.
It won't be a honeymoon, but imagine like one big happy family.
Yes.
I'm sure you probably never imagined that.
Oh no, I did.
You did?
Oh yeah, I manifested that.
You manifested that.
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing.
I wanted
your kids
that. I always
that too.
wanted that. I always said to him, one day we'll all be on holiday together.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that so much. What's the biggest challenge as a mom right now for you?
3 teenagers.
Yeah.
You know, they're 3 very, very strong-willed people. You know, which with hormones and everything else, life is just full on. You know, and they all want my attention on different things.
Yeah.
But you know, they're very well adjusted. They love their mum, and you know, and it's it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of chaos in my house. And again, the house has changed everything for them because, you know, having their own space and being with me and not moving around and, you know, Dubai creeps up on you. We weren't meant to stay, and here we are 9 years later.
Here you are. Well, Caroline, thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. This was so fun.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.